All right, we're back. We're continuing the eclipse zodiac messages. I'm so thrilled. So we're going on to the fourth. Let's go ahead and pick out who we're going to do. We've had let's just say we've started our morning off with a lot of self-care and a lot of self-love. So that's good. Okay. You know I love to wake up and see Aquarius. Aquarius. That's why Spirit had me saying I woke up and did all this me shit. I did shit for me. Because it's about to be about Aquarius, I feel. Bottom of the deck. I picked up the Aquarian Tarot. I just did it subconsciously. But of course, if I was conscious about it, I would have also chosen the Aquarian Tarot deck. My tarot deck. You already know what it is. But Knight of Cups. I think that if Aquarius is anything like me, which you are, because anyways, for the Aquarius right now, this Knight of Cups coming to you proves what exactly the true root of your faith is and always was, like what it was you were needing to be so faithful towards and for, and what you needed to keep believing in. And my mom has my she has like a pin number for something, and it's my birthday. As we're doing the Aquarius reading, it's like written down or some shit. But anyways, this shows you that divine right timing, like at a mental space. This comes at the end of your desire. When you genuinely no longer desired this thing, that is when a Knight of Cups will appear in your life. And one of the things that I was reflecting on today, just in the way that I spent my morning with my husband, it was like, dude, like at the end of the day, like even finding someone that I have ended up spending such a big portion of my life with thus far. Oh my God, Aquarius, you're the star of the show. You're literally the star of the show. And and for Aquarius, this Knight of Cups coming in again is a reflection of the journey intuitively you have gone to believe, 222, believe what it is that you saw for yourself. You know, I'm also looking at several things: becoming the confident woman, good power, right? The beautiful ones, like these are things that I'm just seeing like right in front of me that are explaining what it is that you had to embody, Aquarius, to be aligning at this time, because I believe, like I said, it's coming in through the water. So again, when there are times when like water levels rise or surge and they come into contact with our landscape, the thing that we have to remember is that they have immense power to attract. It's a very feminine power, the water, right, that we have. So the way that you are coming into this beautiful renewal and offer on your faith, like the faith that you've possessed is why this renewal and this offer comes into you. But the reason it comes into you is because it's been something that you have been attracting to you. By releasing and surrendering up the desire, you drew it right to you. And it's because you're the star. Aquarius, it's so beautiful. I'm seeing joy and gratitude. I want to share that energy with you because congratulations to you for it's a rainbow cornucopia swirl of peace, blessings, and balance for you. So congratulations, Aquarius. Let's start with the first card. Oh my God. Oh my God. So 9 of Rods, you get what I'm saying? It's powered by the 9 of Cups. You get what I'm saying? So when we are in touch with not only our boundaries, but what it takes to manifest, what it takes to bring something to fruition, you know, there's such a patience to the 9 of Wands that speaks to having something of value, having a faith of value, a belief in self, of your ability to co-create the reality you want, right? So when we're talking about a nine of Wands experience as your current position, this is really and truly standing on business. This is the boundaries you have to have because you directly know that if you put this in, you get this out. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm starting to really channel that for Aquarius. You know, it has been this long, arduous journey of being the fixed air, meaning keeping the tornado there until we come to consciousness about it, until we're able to make the change, right? And so having that constant movable wind energy stay on one point, staying on one thought, on one tangent about who you are to become as to what you are building is about to translate directly to your overabundance of emotional fulfillment. I mean, it's pretty incredible. But like I said, many can't do this. Many can't be in the 9 of Wands about things because that's such a self-honoring of a journey that you've been undertaking that is independent to you, but you can account for. And so there may have been for Aquarius a lot of the justification as to yourself recently as to why you have to stand in the things that you have to stand in, and why you have to have this posture that I cannot change my focus from what it is on. I cannot undo all the evidence that is here, that is creating my now moment. So when I assess my now moment, how do we get from the manifestation of the thing to the feeling of the thing, right? And so I'm seeing some of you found a way to exhibit your manifestation through feeling it. Through, if I really feel connected to something, from the point of it peaks all of these aspects of self on an emotional and an intuitive level, then might that be indicative of the potential here, right? But the 9 of Wands, like I said, is all about surrender. So I feel like, Aquarius, congratulations for coming into an understanding and a mastery of true surrender to the method. Exactly. Because it's when your hands are tied, it's when you have to be faced with the inability to draw a sword, but rather have to stand and hold the awareness, right? To know and to just embody, right? To know and to embody. Like the 2 of Swords helps you come online. When there are 2 truths, the only way to tell your truths apart is for you to embody what the truth always was for you. And that's all you could have done in this situation while Spirit was getting you safely from one place mentally to the next. While Spirit was moving you forward from the calamity, right? From the wounding of not knowing who you were, right? How that can be wounding because how could sometimes you're not, acting in accordance to maybe how you need to be acting as someone who is who they are, right? So as Spirit was moving you forward and you were in this place, Aquarius, of, like I said, the guidance was that you have to learn how to embody what you think about yourself, in order to have some things of certain depths, of certain calibers. This, for Aquarius, this has been about a journey of creating an entire new, like your world, creating the new world. I mean, when we go into the age of the Aquarian, you guys are basically the blueprint in terms of because I'm a part of the collective, we are basically the blueprint for the new world. Like, this is the advantage you get because you happen to be what the new world assignment is. It's like this fortune, this joy and gratitude that's going to start populating. It's because like, this is a job that you can do because you are a mother. You naturally already have all of the things that they need you to be. You get to design and creative direct this new paradigm for all sentient beings by simply embodying your energy and having had to be the energy that you are for as long as you have. So, I mean, this is I was just about to say a big royalty moment for you as in the recent past, the Emperor, right? In the recent past, there was this moment where it's like, you had this internal, like, I am the boss of this shit. I created this whole thing. You took responsibility finally in your life for all the things that you've done. So it means that you had reached a certain, and by taking your power back, it allowed whatever towers were standing in the middle of your prosperity would come down, and you weren't afraid to enforce who you really are or stand on what your empire includes in the face of the storm. You were asked to be rock solid. You were asked to be the boss. You were asked to really be the thing. Because if you really can be the boss in real life, in practice, when it comes to thinking of what you might be or how you might serve us, we have an example. We have a real life version of Aquarius that we can refer to when we're trying to make this decision. This is crazy. Aquarius is about to show why their the next age we're going into for humanity, because it's all about this telepathic ability. Aquarius, you were having to die by the sword over and over and over again in the last cycle, right? In the last, ages, because you were getting prepped and ready to realize that, like, the mere thought of yourself alone, the self-concept of yourself alone is the thing. Again, it's the thing where it's like, this was about you embodying your truth. Because no longer, this is about integration. It's no longer, right? Like, these are separate things, but this is like, you don't have to be amongst other people, but you do need to be in union with all the aspects of yourself, Aquarius. And so when Aquarius was able to finally master this idea, because again, we're going from 2 to 4 to 6, right? Really starting to even out the edges of our personas, of our experiences, so that we can sort of solidify here, because the sword suit showing up for Aquarius is right on brand. That is the domain that you run. But I feel like this transformation that's happening under this eclipse shows the process you went through. You're just at this stage now where it's time for spirit to take you forward on the things you healed over. 11:11. Because we need you for this new age. Exactly, the King of Cups. I just see for you the next opportunity, what you're about to be called in for, exactly what, for example, what I'm doing here, like for your intuitive abilities, for the ways that you bring the water to the situation, for that experience alone is the reason why we're having this sort of crowning, this opportunity that we created, that we manifested. Because when you started at the 9 of Rods, I feel like, Aquarius, your 10th wand is coming in. The completion of the thing, the Ace of Wand that you need in order to have everything you really want for your new reality is coming in, and it's going to set you. It's coming in through this emotion, this feeling. Because even me doing these messages right now came in through a feeling, came in through the understanding of, like, I already feel this way. So regardless of what evidence comes to reaffirm what I currently feel, like, I do already feel this way. So, I mean, Aquarius, I feel like the tone of your reading was very serious. It was a very refining time for you. But I also feel like, Aquarius, there's a lot of swords here, because with swords comes belief. So there's either belief or disbelief every time you see a sword. So I know how difficult it is for your element to be air. And for so many people in general, there's a general non-belief. There's a general disconnectedness or despondence, or, a lack of unity when it comes to the general collective right now in terms of our consciousness and our understanding. And so for the Aquarians, it's been tough, cookies and nails, right? 10 of Swords, Page of Cups, Ace of Wands. It's very similar. It's very obvious. Part of what Aquarius was going to do was say how much they gave up to have this thing, how many initiations you had to go through to be worthy of this. I died and came back to life over this shit. Like, the type of awareness and standing on business and faith you have when you're willing to shed a form and transform into something new for it. Like, when something stimulates you to the point of, I can take and bear 10 swords on this truth, that's enough to get the attention at an intuitive level. That's enough to understand the call beyond. And I believe that's exactly why this is offered, Because it gets our attention, because that's distinguishing. Because there was a transformation that took place with the Aquarius. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm telling you, you go from dealing with the realm of belief, feeling like I can't move. Because here's the thing. When we talk about 6 months ago, what's manifesting for you right now, Aquarius, you have to understand that, like, you were in a position where, if I really want this thing, if I really want this reality for myself, this version of myself to be happening, living and breathing, well, then I can't go to all these other options where I'm trying to lock in on one outcome. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of you may have perceived yourself as being stuck, and especially because a lot with the swords, it's the yappers, it's the girls who are going to say something or whatever. When you're over here, like, dying by your spiritual truth and they want to run their mouth, you're also getting a lot of commotion, a lot of this, the drawing of swords against your truth in order to sharpen what you believe. And so this, as much as this looks like being still, this is like being still so you don't get slit by a sharp blade, right? So you're going from this experience of Eight of Swords, like, I can't do too much because if I really want this, then it's only one thing. Then it's committing to this path. Then it's just this. It's not everything else in the world. And I think, boom, in comes a victory, right? Because it's like, to go from this to this, that shows that there's dedication, there's concerted effort, there's consciousness, there's putting laser focus on something. But it's being done in a physical manifestation kind of way. Like, you are set, you locked in, right? You're at this place where you're now aware, like, oh, my superpower is locking in on the reality, on the truth of what I am. And then boom, 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 boom. Evidence of that. Because this is a victory because it's like you've been carrying the load. Like, look how many dubs. This is like a parade of dubs. You know, and it makes me think about my documentary film series. Batshit crazy, right? When the concept of that entire film series is the concept of coronation and crucifixion being two sides of the same coin. And you're never getting one without the other, right? In terms of an individual. So just know one is always around the corner. And again, we keep getting this Two of Swords. This is very Libra eclipse. This is very much about, like I said, you had to learn how to embody it. You had to learn how to be distinguished in who you are by like literally just like being distinguished, like by just literally being the capacity, like whatever you envision for yourself. It's literally like now we have to physically be that, because if I want someone to think I'm the best person for the job or the best person to build with or the best this or that, right? I have to, I think Aquarius is learning like one of the fastest and most finite ways, it's a very Saturnian way to do it, of doing this is like solidifying it, like being that, like, you know, you want to be picked, but then be the best option, you know? And I feel like this kind of victory, this kind of like overhaul, I mean, it's just so much winning at one time. And it's, you've been consistent. And I think that's the theme. If I could tell Aquarius one thing to pat yourself on the back is, it's like, you, like, this is the thing that's like the overhaul of dubs, you know, that you're about to take as in wins, is about the shit that you've been standing on. It's about the shit that you've been on, you know? Right, because this energy is, there's an expecting. Being expected. This person is expecting that you take this energy. This is an offer coming into you. This is, again, from the universe in the form of whatever, but it is an offer coming into you that has an Ace of Cups attached to it, that someone has created. This is a new enterprise that something has created to present to you. And the presentation was made in with taking you coming back, you being, I'm hearing an offer you can't refuse. Maybe that's the title of this reading, because that's how I feel. Because in the hope and the fear is that, like, when this Aquarius, this success that is happening, this offer you can't refuse, reflects a time when you had faith in what you saw about yourself, how you were seeing the world. You felt solid in it. You felt like, I do know who I am, though. Like, I think Aquarius may have gone through a time of, like, you know, how harsh we can be on ourselves because we want to remain in self-awareness constantly. So, you know, sometimes it can really be like, all right, we really need to da-da-da-da-da. But I think this has to do with, like, this honoring, this coming back around honors your ability, like what you were solid in, like, and that does matter. It does count for something, Aquarius. The things that you do consistently go above and beyond in doing will and are always will be recognized, are always being recognized by the universe. And to have this affirm places you at that position of solidity. It places that like you believed in something, you stepped out on faith in something because you knew that it was going to work, not because you didn't expect to have high hopes. You expected to be the King of Pentacles. And I think to have a Page of Cups reinforced by being this way, like this is like the King of Pentacles who's like, pitch me a business, pitch me an idea. You were open and receptive to what came in through your intuition. And it didn't really matter what it was because it was that you were focused on you. There are so many things that we can want in life, and there's nothing wrong with wanting things out of life. But at the end of the day, the things that we want have to match up with what we can really establish for ourselves. And this is that. This is exactly like the hope or the fear of whether or not you're going to have that. And baby, of course, you're definitely going to have that. You're definitely going to have that. Are you kidding me? You're definitely the thing that you knew. And it's like it's coming back around, but it is also acknowledging the fact that like I can understand that you knew though the whole time that like this, I was open, I was receptive to what could build this, because King of Pentacles is very specific. King of Pentacles is saying, how do we build the new world's architecture? Like, how do we live in simpatico with the earth? What is the best format for humans to be living in? How can I be at one with the earth? And the King of Pentacles is the most at one with the planet, with the physical realm as it can be. And so that is a specific thing, because that's not just the spiritual or the mental, right? Or the purely magical. This is the physical. This is the reality of things. You know, this is something that you were planting because you wanted to have the ability. Oh my God. Aquarius. It's crazy the stack that just fucking dropped. Ace of Rods. You created it. The thing is I know I just did this. I just created the reality. My intention, my laser focus when I was manifesting, when I was doing my rituals of manifestation in life, were focusing on my ability to create and attract, right? We're dealing with Venus, it's like the ability to have the fire to spread and to spark the fire and spread the flame. That was created when we're looking, when we are looking at what is equal give and take, what is really what it is. Look at this. In my opinion, this is a partnership. Because this opportunity is going to be able to go in a physical way, in a monetary way, in an abundance kind of way, in a reality kind of way, is looking to commit to this person. The reason I say this is because this is an elemental divine force meeting with a person. Queen is a human. So let's say for Aquarius, what it is that like, this is why I say it's an opportunity that has been created for you, that is meant to create life that is meant to sprout, that is meant to grow your life, this opportunity objectively is looking to grow. And when it comes to what would be an equal give and take, this energy, which I believe is Aquarius, your Queen of Cups, again, you're fully formed on your faith. This is the most devoted person. I always feel like she gives me during my bridal era, because this is what I was on. Like the full devotion that I had felt towards the partner that I was choosing to build my future marriage out of and life out of 23, that was the vibe, right? And so when we're talking about how, you know, we can come into union, even it can be equal give and take when what comes into us, because this is empowerment coming to the queen. So like the Queen of Cups. So beyond her identity as the bride or the partner to something else, her identity is also about like what would be fair to her, to the Aquarian here. That's to say that you're embodying this energy. What would be fair to Aquarius right now would be for them to be empowered, for them to because at the end of the day, there's an equal partnership. There's a partnership that's equal, that is truly 10 of Pentacles. And I feel like this community, the world sees you for the partnerships that you can curate, 11th house that you can rule, the 11th house. We know that you're aware of what makes full partnerships. But even within this, I don't think people had clarity on the breakdowns of what your commitments were, the things that you were partnering up with Aquarius. And so what I see here is an empowered Aquarius is going to, I'll give you something to talk about, is what it's about to do for the Three of Cups, the company that you keep, the company that is connected to your story. Your empowerment is going to show that you have it all. And it feels like for Aquarius, it is karmically owed that your empowerment be viewed and be connected to, again, what it is that you have now currently built in a legacy. So it is truly such a phenomenal outcome. Bottom of the deck. Again, Age of the Aquarian is going to come in for the Aquarius collective as like feeling like, you know, the one time you have a quiz and it's over some shit you've mastered. That I feel like that's the best way that I can explain what Aquarius is going through. And again, I just want you to really just focus on your joy and gratitude, Aquarius, because like I said, like this was such an intuitive, I think this message was so deeply and freakily connected to what I was saying. So like during the channeling of it, there was so much that was going on, but I mean to really summarize that, like, you receive this offer you can't refuse, meant to empower who you have always been as an individual. And we all now know that people don't just get this. So the kind of acclaim, the kind of 10th house public recognition that you're about to see with things like 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, whatever, right, is going to show and give justice to, right, because Libra eclipse, to the version of you that had to stand on business. You're going to be like, right, and you don't get these kinds of bags, you don't get these kinds of opportunities not standing on business, and people will have to put respect on the whole ass name and the whole ass fucking age they're walking into. So again, thank you, Aquarius. And we love a Libra energy, I mean, obviously. And so I just enjoy and bask in the beauty. I see just so much creation energy connected to spiritual truth and spiritual principle. And this is like so much of the divine and your ability to be divine in yourself, your own internal divinity, which can create, meeting up. Like, I think you're reflecting one another. Like, you wanted to create something that the divine wanted to create for you. So both contributing to that future reality where there's just a 10 of Pentacles is achieved at the end. And again, I think it comes from this opportunity that you can't refuse because of the natural work you continue to do. So be blessed, Aquarius. Just amazing, amazing, amazing. And we really deeply appreciate all the work that you were done that will be on the table for all to see. But it's always acknowledged how much work Aquarians put in to keep the collective unified. So love.